There's a reason why so many women over 60 choose the bob. It's light, it's modern, and let's be honest, there's something effortlessly elegant about it. A well-cut bob frames the face beautifully, draws attention to the eyes, and softens the jawline in all the right ways. But here's something we don't talk about enough. Because a bob leaves your neck and shoulders more exposed, it also changes how your clothes interact with your overall look. And that's not a bad thing. In fact, it's an opportunity. When you pair the right dress with your bob haircut, something magical happens. Your neckline feels longer. Your posture feels lighter. And suddenly, the whole look just feels younger and chicer. So today, I'm sharing 5 dresses that not only work beautifully with bob haircuts, but that also help women over 60 feel more confident, stylish, and put together, without ever trying too hard. If that sounds like your kind of space, I'd love to have you here. So go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. This is a channel where we celebrate beauty, style, and confidence after 60. Now, let's get into the dresses, starting with one that flatters your neckline and makes your bob look instantly fresher. Style 1. Off-the-shoulder dress. Let's start with the off-the-shoulder dress. This one might seem simple, but when you have a bob haircut, it becomes a quiet little game changer. Because here's the thing. A bob naturally exposes your neck and shoulders, and an off-the-shoulder neckline doesn't fight that. It celebrates it. It creates a soft horizontal line that balances the structure of the bob, especially if your cut is around the jaw or cheekbone. And more than that, it highlights the collarbone and upper chest area, which is one of the most graceful features we still carry, no matter the age. When done right, with a soft fabric, a floaty sleeve, maybe in a pale pastel or gentle print, it gives off a look that's feminine, free, and just a touch romantic. It's the kind of dress that makes your bob look intentional, like the two were designed to go together. I remember a friend of mine, her name's Linda, 67. She had just gotten a fresh chin-length bob with subtle layers. The cut looked great, but she said, "It's missing something. I feel tidy, but not alive." 2 weeks later, she wore a soft off-the-shoulder dress in sky blue to a dinner event. No jewelry, just that neckline and that bob. She said it was the first time in years someone told her, "You look radiant." Not younger, not thinner, radiant. And that made all the difference. Now, if off-the-shoulder feels a bit too flowy for you, wait until you see the next style. It does the opposite, but in a very flattering way. Style 2. Wrap dress, the effortless flatterer. So if off-the-shoulder dresses feel a bit too soft or romantic for your everyday style, the next one might just win you over, because it did for me. There was a time when I really struggled with how my upper body looked. After 60, my waistline changed, my shoulders softened, and my bust, well, let's just say it had a mind of its own. Nothing seemed to sit quite right. And then, one day, I slipped into a simple wrap dress with a soft V-neck, and it felt like I had quietly stepped back into a version of myself I thought was long gone. The V neckline naturally draws the eye down, elongating the neck and softening the chest, while the wrap detail lets you define your waist gently, on your own terms. You don't need an hourglass figure. This dress just politely pretends you have one. What I love most about the wrap dress is how uncomplicated it feels. I can sit, stand, move without tugging or adjusting. And when my bob was freshly cut, softly framing my cheekbones, the gentle V neckline below created this open space that made my whole face feel brighter. Nothing was competing. Just clean lines, soft drape, and that feeling of balance. Every woman has her own version of a soulmate dress. Some love a floaty, romantic silhouette. Others prefer sharp, structured elegance. But if you're someone who appreciates subtle control with a touch of grace, then a wrap dress might just whisper your name. And if you're the kind of woman who secretly loves when a dress makes you feel lighter, wait until you see the next one. Style 3. Boat neck dress, understated French elegance. Now, not every dress has to show skin to feel beautiful. Sometimes it's about suggesting shape, not shouting it. That's exactly why the boat neck dress has a quiet kind of magic, especially when paired with a bob haircut. The neckline gently stretches across the collarbone, showing just enough of the shoulders to feel elegant, without being overly revealing. And if your bob is softly layered or styled behind the ears, the boat neck helps frame your face like a subtle picture frame, lifting everything upward. What I love most is how balanced this cut feels. It draws the eye horizontally across the shoulders, which is especially helpful if you want to create the illusion of better posture or simply to balance out fuller hips. And unlike plunging necklines or heavy collars, the boat neck keeps things simple, polished, and light. I find it's also a wonderful style when you want to add a pop of accessory, a long necklace, a bold pair of earrings, or even just a red lip. Because the neckline doesn't compete, it complements, just like a good bob should. This is the kind of dress that doesn't scream for attention, but somehow always earns a second glance. And if you're someone who believes in quiet confidence, you might already be smiling just thinking about it. But not all elegance comes from symmetry. Sometimes it's the unexpected angle that makes the biggest impact. Style 4. One shoulder dress, the unexpected wow. Here's something I didn't expect. The more structured my bob became, the more I fell in love with asymmetry. And the one shoulder dress is one of the most beautiful ways to play with that. You see, bob haircuts, especially those with a defined line or a side part, already bring a sense of structure and direction to the face. So when you pair that with a dress that reveals just one shoulder, something visually exciting happens. It's like the whole look suddenly becomes more artistic, more sculpted, more alive. One shoulder dresses draw the eye diagonally across your neckline, which not only highlights your collarbone, but also gives the illusion of longer lines and better posture. It's bold, but in a graceful way. And if your bob has a little wave or curl to it, even better, because the contrast between the soft hair and the sharp neckline feels incredibly chic. I'll admit, I used to shy away from one shoulder anything. I thought it was too young, or that it might feel awkward on me. But the first time I tried one with my angled bob, something shifted. It didn't feel like I was trying to look younger. It felt like I was owning this stage of life with a little flair. Now, one-shoulder dresses aren't for every occasion, of course. But when you want to feel a bit bold, a bit elevated, without saying a word, this is the one to reach for. And next, we're going back to simplicity, but not the boring kind. This last dress may look understated, but when paired with a bob, it's surprisingly powerful. Style 5. Shift dress with scoop or boat neck. The effortless frame. Sometimes the most flattering dress isn't the one that hugs every curve. It's the one that lets you breathe. And that's exactly what the shift dress does so well, especially when you're wearing a bob. With its clean, straight silhouette, a shift dress gives your whole outfit a feeling of ease and confidence. No cinching, no pulling, no adjusting. Just soft drape and quiet structure. And when paired with a bob haircut, which already frames the face with clarity, The simplicity of the shift dress becomes the perfect backdrop to let your hair shine. If you choose a scoop neck or a gentle boat neck, even better. These open up the neckline just enough to balance out the structure of your bob, creating a visual harmony between the dress and your haircut. It's not flashy, but it's quietly stylish. And sometimes, that's exactly what makes people look twice. I find shift dresses work best in soft fabrics with a little movement. They sway when you walk. They glide when you sit. And they never overpower you. They let your expression, your hair, your energy take center stage. This is the kind of dress I reach for on the days I don't want to think too hard, but still want to look like I chose this version of myself. And when your haircut already says, "I know who I am," a dress like this simply replies, "And I'm perfectly dressed for it." A good bob can change the way you see yourself, but the right dress, it completes the picture. I hope you found a little inspiration today. And if you did, don't forget to subscribe, because Style After 60 isn't about following rules, it's about rewriting them. Oh, and if you're wondering whether your current bob is actually flattering you, there's a video you'll want to watch next. I'll link it right here.